Good morning, Nigeria. We're back. Yes, we are. We're back to bring you the vibes, intellectual conversations, dope narrations, analysis, and dissections on the Illa Show, streaming live on television, Tea Time. My name is Mololua, and I'm so happy to be back. How are you all? I hope you're doing well. I'm not here alone, though, of course. I'm not here alone. I'm here with a dignitary. With me is, hello, gorgeous lady. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Lydia. Hi, everyone. Hi, Nigeria. Hi, Mo.
Hi. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing very well. I'm doing okay.
Good.
Getting to the relaxing spirits of Friday.
Yep. TGIF.
Yes, TGIF.
Your hair looks gorgeous.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
I don't think I've seen you in braids before.
No, always just wigging it out. I thought,
okay.
It would be nice to have something different.
It looks good.
Thank you so much.
Really nice. And even your nails too.
No, please.
You're definitely ready for the weekend, I can see.
Interestingly, I don't have any major plans.
Really?
Yeah.
Just look pretty for yourself. I love it.
Of course, yeah.
Self-love.
So, on today's show, we actually have something a little bit different planned out.
Hey.
So normally we would start off with, our trending videos, as Abdul Salam would say, to get our hearts beating and our blood pumping. I was trying not to make something. But then we decided to try something a little bit different with some trivia. Just to keep the conversation, going, or to keep the conversation starting. Anyways.
Yeah.
So the first question is, I find this a bit hilarious though. Why do Nigerians only eat suya at night?
Question.
I'm gonna let you
question mark. Even me, I'm adding a question mark to the end of that question.
Mark.
Because it was only the other week that I realized, when, I don't know, some things that occurred to you or to me. It was only the other week that I was like, I wanted to make like a suya, Alfredo pasta. And I was like, okay, on my way home from this place, I'll stop off and buy suya.
Oh,
and
okay,
then
Chef Mo.
My sister, it only happens once in a blue moon, so let's. And so I was like, okay, cool. On my way from here in the afternoon, I was supposed to be heading home in the afternoon. I'll stop and get the suya for the kidney. And then I realized that actually, no, I won't, because it's afternoon. Right. It just occurred to me. I was like, I don't know. If I now go there now and they're not even there, they'll be looking at me and I'll ask someone, I want to buy suya, and they'll be looking at me
by this time of the day,
do you get? So I don't know. Me too, I'm asking. I should be asking you, Steph. I really don't know.
I don't know. I think maybe it started more from maybe people having time to actually go out and buy suya. You want to take your time, wait for the suya to be done properly, and all of that. And I don't know, it might also be some kind of unspoken rule with all the Mishai guys as well. We only come out at night to sell suya. So it all seems really sketchy when you see people selling during the day. Can I really trust this guy? Is your suya actually eating? Is it good?
I mean, maybe, I don't know. When do people that sell suya at night, when do they stop selling suya? Is it into the morning? When do they stop?
So I think there are very few places that have, the constant, would I say 24-hour thing going. So maybe towards the morning, maybe from 2. But I've never been awake that long or outside that long to find out. Okay. So I guess there you have it. Might just be an unspoken rule, between the shy. It could also just be because the average person doesn't really have time to just sit down to check out their suya.
That's true.
So the next question is, why do people have issues with repeating outfits?
See, this one, I want to ask, is it people or is it women? I don't know.
Valid. And I'll let you finish before I say why.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if men, I need to find out if men also have that same struggle. My instinct is telling me they probably don't, but I could be wrong. I feel like it's a feminine thing. Society places more of a premium on how women look.
Yes.
So to me, it would follow if it's more of a female thing, but I could be wrong. Maybe I should do some sort of research, finding out how men feel about repeating clothes. But I think women, like I say, they don't want to be seen as you know, perceived a certain way. She doesn't have clothes. She's always wearing this. Oh, even my dad says it. It's like this One Nation cloth of yours. You're always wearing this one. And the thing with me is that sometimes, not even sometimes, most of the time, I have like a wardrobe. I've been thinking about I need to do a clear out because I wear the same clothes all the time. I wear the same clothes all the time. I don't know. Maybe it's easy. By the time I wake up in the morning, I can't be bothered to start thinking, okay, what am I going to pair with? Or I just know that some outfits are so super quick, super easy, and so I end up wearing the same outfits over and over again. Do I care? Not really, to be honest, because it's my clothes. I bought it with my money, and so if you have a problem with it, then that's a you problem. Yeah, I think I might have cared at some point in my life, or there might be some things that, for example, if I go to like a big family event and I'm wearing a dress, and then it just so happens that, do you know what it is? It just so happens that I might not wear that dress again until that next big family event, which could be like 3-6 months later. But because that's the last thing they saw me in, they'll be thinking, meanwhile, I haven't worn that dress in 3 months.
In 3 months?
Do you get? So in things like that, okay, I might be like, okay, you know what, let me not just turn out wearing the same thing again. But it can actually happen that it slips your mind and you forget that 3 months ago you wore that dress to see your family. You could just wear it again and they'll not be judging you. I think society is harsh on women.
Actually, and you know
that's what I think.
Interestingly enough, I think it was sometime in April. Apparently, I had no idea, but apparently Regina Daniels was being dragged for wearing the same this particular dress of hers maybe about 3 times. And when I stumbled upon it, I was shocked because I'm like, she literally made this with her money, not yours. She didn't steal it, she didn't borrow it. And you guys are dragging her. I mean, like, you know, she came out to, you know, address the issue. And I saw maybe like 1 or 2 other articles about, you know, I think it's really a thing with, it's more, the pressure is more on obviously celebrities, because the moment they start repeating outfits, like, this person, maybe she's not getting as many, you know, acting contracts or something like that, which, you know, I think, like, I agree with you. The pressure is more on women. You know, always, oh, you know, you're going for this, buy the ashrebi, or, you know, buy an entirely new wardrobe for the vacation. And then when they see that dress that you've had since 2016, and people always look at it more from a, would I say like, oh, you being unable to afford things. But interesting, I've recently taken an interest in sort of like sustainable fashion and realizing how many people are just consuming. They're just really consuming, and all these other companies, they're just really into fast fashion. So a lot of the products they're not what's the word? Quality. Yeah, they're not good. The quality is really reduced and all of that. But, you know, when you're buying good quality clothing, you can reuse them for a longer period of time. But people just think, oh, that's just how clothes are. You know, you use them, you give them off, or you throw them out in the trash. So, anyways, if you're watching this, do not feel pressured to maybe buy a new outfit for every single occasion or anything like that. There's absolutely nothing wrong in repeating outfits as long as you actually like your outfits and they are good quality. Period. So the last question is, why are they still on women? Interestingly, why are women scared of speaking up at the hair salon? I can relate so much to this, and that's why I just want to hear your own opinion first.
I don't even know. It's just pressure. It's just pressure. I don't really know how to really articulate this. If you know, you know. I don't know. I mean, sometimes I speak up. Generally, like, I'm not the kind of person where if I don't like something and it's being done to me or I'm paying for it, then more often than not, I'll say 7 times out of 10, I'll say something. But I also do sometimes feel that pressure where it's just like, so it's not coming across like you're always complaining. Or customer. Or this girl's like, they do it this way for everybody else. And then this one person and is now saying, oh, this. And then they'll now start getting moody, or they'll now start getting, do you get, like, giving me attitude. Like,
I can totally agree with the pressure aspect. Sometimes it even just feels bad. Like, maybe you've done like a really tedious hairstyle, maybe like braids or something, and you're just like, this person has spent, you know, maybe we've been here for about 4 hours, and how will I start telling this person that, oh, I don't like what they're doing, or maybe they're braiding your hair a certain way, and maybe you even explain, maybe you were even busy, you had to like work at the same time, and then you just, you know, take a glance and look at, oh, like this person's actually not doing, and you're scared, like, I really don't like this hairstyle, how? Or maybe the person was like really excited to do your hair, oh, please let me do your hair, and okay, fine, let me just give it a try, and then it's giving like what I ordered versus what I got. So I think it's there are like a lot of factors to it, you know. So, but anyways, start speaking up to your hairstylist today. Tell them, because honestly, you are paying for this service. That's the truth. You don't have to be like mean or rude or anything, but start speaking up to your hairstylist because I think it's just pressure that's making us do all these things. We need to be more assertive, especially you need to be mindful of where your money is going to. So you need to be happy with the service that you are paying for. Period.
I've said it better myself. So let's now move on to our trending stories for this Friday. We are starting with something that's a little bit maybe more sensitive, but I think something that everybody should actually chip into. Dima-Okojie, a Nigerian actress, has candidly, to be honest, discussed her ongoing battle with fibroid tumors, revealing that the condition has resurfaced 3 years after her 2020 surgery. In a heartfelt Instagram video, the Blood Sisters star shared her decision to manage the symptoms holistically rather than undergo another invasive procedure. Dima-Okojie, determined to raise awareness about fibroids, announced plans to sponsor scans for 20 women grappling with similar challenges, urging support for those in need. Now, I believe Dima-Okojie has come out before to talk about her fibroids. I think she maybe mentioned something along the lines of being diagnosed with fibroids in 2017. And she had a procedure done, which she thought was going to solve the issue. But she's now come out to say the fibroids have resurfaced. And this affects many more women than I think we know. I think this is actually much more common.
Yes.
Than maybe it's discussed. I'm not sure.
Yes, it is. I think even older women still like they battle with all of these fibroid. Even some people, because I think most people know fibroid as, you know, something that limits, you know, like childbirth and all of that. But some people, even after having children, they still battle with fibroids and all of these kind of things. And I think it's brave isn't the word, but I don't know how to say what I'm trying to say, but I'm just really happy that, you know, she came out. I mean, and she obviously is offering support to other women about, you know, the fibroids, because it's something, I don't want to say that it's plaguing Nigerian women, but it's really eating them up, you know, in an emotional sense. It's really eating them up. There's a lot of pressure. Oh, you're not, you know, bringing forth children. You'll be sent out of your husband's house. So my sister, she happens to be a doctor. And she would tell me about all these cases, you know, in the hospitals. And you would see really young women, maybe like 20, maybe in their early 20s, they just happen to have gotten married, and they're there crying and pleading that, oh, the doctor needs to help them, they can't have children, you know, they're going to be sent out of their husband's house, all those ridiculous sorts of things. So I think, you know, that apart from the medical aspect of things, I think there needs to be a lot more support, you know, for women in general, because there are a lot of reproductive issues, but I think fibroids they're quite stubborn. They can be quite stubborn, and even when you do everything right, you know, sometimes they still resurface. You know, I'm not a doctor, but sometimes they still resurface, and I think there just needs to be a lot more emotional support, you know, and a lot of grace for all these kind of things, not to pressure Nigerian women into having children. And it's a lot.
I think I really love the piece on emotional support, because ultimately I think there's something to be said for knowing you're not alone. And it's nice that somebody like this, a public figure, is coming out so that people know that, like, even these people that you look up to or that you see on Instagram or whatever, they also have real life struggles, and it's nice for them to be able to throw it out there for people that are just ordinary, quote unquote, not celebrities, to also know that, okay, I feel seen. This is a reflection of me in society, and it doesn't make me any less. So yeah, I think it's a really, really important point to emotionally support people that are going through these kind of things, and also to be sensitive, like you mentioned. Some things are not your business, and this is one major lesson that Nigerians were yet to pick up. Mind your business.
Exactly.
I don't know, it's not very, very hard, and it's also free, Seth. You don't even have to pay anybody to do it. Somebody's got married. Are you going to feed their kid? Nope. Are you going to be the one to send their children to school?
Nope.
So why are you asking them when they're having a baby?
Mm-hmm.
You can show your support or you can show your empathy in other ways.
Mm-hmm.
You could be sat down with them genuinely and say, is everything okay? Is there anything that you guys need assistance with? And if you are going to sit down and have that conversation, in my opinion, no, be ready to back it up. Put your money where your mouth is.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to sit them down and ask them, oh, what's going on? Be ready to pay for their fertility treatment if it comes to it.
Mm-hmm.
Be ready to, don't just, to me, what do you think that they don't know what is going on?
Exactly.
Do you think they're not aware?
Mm-hmm. I think so, like, something that even triggers me a bit more is some people even have peace in their families, especially when it comes to this childbirth thing. Some people even have peace in their families, but the online family members
are the ones that
are troubled. Like, make it make sense. So this issue of minding your business, really, it's underemphasized in my own opinion, because Nigerians, and the worst part is when you tell them, they'll say, I'm just trying to help now. I didn't mean any. You did not mean any harm, but that doesn't mean you're not causing harm.
True.
Like, that doesn't mean you're not causing harm. So please mind your business. It's not your business. When they have children, they will have children, and everywhere will be fine. But you face your life. You have children yet.
Thank you. Are your children doing well? Are your children causing becoming a nuisance to society? Mind, face that one. Anyway. Moving on. A Nigerian music star, Dima-Okojie, better known as Rudeboy of the old P-Square duo, has vehemently denied any wrongdoing following his recent arrest by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. The singer, who was apprehended alongside his brother, Dima-Okojie, took to Instagram to clear his name, attributing his wealth to the success of his music career. Rudeboy assured fans that he is innocent and promised to release new music next week. So EFCC is really on job, man. Like, EFCC this year, they've been doing bits. Like, I wonder what made them suspect the P-Square brothers.
Me too, because I really didn't hear much about it, honestly. I'm just finding out that they're even having... But generally, I think they've just been, on the go, really, really doing their work. I mean, it's good. I love it for this country, honestly, because some people are genuinely not making honest wealth, and they're doing questionable practices. True. And I think, it's one case at a time that will really, solve all these issues. So honestly, I don't know what to say, but God help be with you, Rudeboy. And I hope that, everything goes well. You are vindicated if you have been wrongly accused.
Yes. I mean, I also think that this is going to keep people on their toes. Or the way EFCC is behaving. Like, if you know you're doing something dodgy, you have, like, you start clearing up your...
Actually.
Now. Because just in case you're the next... you're next in line.
Actually, because people that even have the capacity to, would I say, maybe bribe their way or something, they're calling them out. So how much more you that you're not even that known? So, you can keep yourself in check.
Yeah, I mean, nobody knows the intentions of EFCC, but if the intentions are purely to actually crack down on all these sort of questionable ways of making money, then kudos to them. It's a good thing to do, and deterrents are really good. Prevention is better than cure. So if we're able to kind of signal to the Nigerian society that this is what we are doing as EFCC, then everybody will be on alert. So that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. Let's move on to more social media kind of news. In a shocking turn of events, Sheikha Mara bint Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. Wow, I thought my name was long. Daughter of the Dubai ruler has announced her divorce from her husband, Sheikh Mana bin Mohammed bin Rashid bin Mana Al Maktoum, on Instagram. The princess, who gave birth to their daughter just 2 months ago, shared a scathing post accusing her husband of infidelity before declaring their marriage over on Instagram. The couple had a lavish wedding in June 2023, making the sudden split even more surprising. So it's been a year. They got married last year. And, I mean, grand wedding at that. And she took to Instagram to inform her husband of her intentions to file a divorce. Is social media playing the part it should be playing in society right now, especially with regards to our personal matters and relationships?
Personal matters? No. I really don't think so. Excuse me. I don't think I think people really need to know where to draw the line. You know, it seems like, so the reason I feel like this can be dicey is because, you know, people that are out there, sometimes I think maybe people suffer in silence, and so they feel maybe when they come on Instagram, everyone will be aware that, you know, this is what is going on. Oh, you know, maybe he wasn't being loyal to me. You know, he was cheating, all of that. So it's like, okay, even if something happens, you know that, okay, she actually came out to speak up. So there's that angle. But at the same time, I feel, you know, personal matters should really be handled within a circle of trusted people, and not just, you know, airing the dirty laundry in public. Because most of the time I've seen, you know, like people like the Arabs, it's not very likely that he would come out to, unless it gets really intense, then maybe they might release some kind of press statement or something. But it might not come out to even address the issue, and it's just like, okay, you're making claims, the other party hasn't, you know, owned up to it or denied it. So I just feel when it comes to sensitive things, you know, children, like especially family, I have noticed that, you know, family is really, if it was like a friendship, not that I would like it or it would be better, but it would still be slightly, you know, more tolerable. But when it comes to like the family, I feel
not for public consumption.
Because, you know, there'll be all sorts of opinions flying here and there. Whether we like it or not, I feel like a lot of things that people say, they have a way of, you know, if you don't guard your mind properly and your heart properly, there's a way it will influence you. It will sway your decisions. And I think now this is a vulnerable time for her, because I mean, she just had a child postpartum, and then now, you know, her partner that's supposed to be giving her support, she's alleging that he is, you know, unfaithful. So I feel, you know, social media wasn't really like the best place to announce that. Yes, exactly. It's something that I feel she could have done, you know, unless, you know, there are other complexities which we may never know about. But in my opinion,
I mean, social media, it's a blessing and a curse.
It's a blessing, but you know, on the other hand, sorry, do you feel like so I don't have issues with people posting about their marriages. Of course, you know, if you get married, you have a lovely wedding, you can post the pictures. But do you feel, you know, like when you if you splurge on your wedding, do you feel like maybe you should just hold on with the pictures and stuff and see just in case?
Just see how long it lasts first, because if you can at least get past the 1 year mark, then maybe you can. I'll post my wedding pictures on my anniversary.
Oh yeah, anniversary.
So at least I know that, okay, well, there's a level of certainty. Honestly, with the way social media is going, like people have these huge lavish ceremonies and events, and within months or even years done. And the thing is, the internet never forgets.
Yes,
that wedding that you that marriage that you want to erase and scrub away, people all over the world are like, oh my gosh, you're the one that, oh my gosh, your wedding was exactly, and you don't want to be reminded of that, but that, I mean, it's a risk, I suppose, of putting anything out on social media. You just have to be ready for anybody to have an opinion on that. So if there are things that you really do not want people to have an opinion on, not because it's the right thing, people should be able to mind their businesses and be politically correct, I guess. But don't expect it.
Actually,
if you don't want anyone to comment, just don't post. Unfortunately, that's where it is. Okay, on that note, let's take a short music break and we'll be right back.